Two shooters are involved. This sounds like an organized, premeditated kind of attack, as opposed to the kind of spontaneous attack you might get
Nick, we've
in
got
the
to
case
interrupt
of
you. A third
post-traumatic
shooter.
stress.
We're
Cameron.
hearing about a third shooter now. We want to take our audience to KCEN. Again, this is breaking news out of Fort Hood, Texas.
An officer has also been shot. This situation just continues to escalate this afternoon. We do want to reiterate, so far, 7 people killed, 12 wounded on post. A third shooter has now began to open fire on Fort Hood.
We understand that this is shootings have happened in a number of different places at Fort Hood, but kind of a centralized location. When we talk about near the PX, I believe there are a couple of PXs on post. We're talking about the Clear Creek PX is one of those, not locations, but near that area. House Theater being one of the locations, SPC Center being the other location for the shootings. And now we're talking about a third incident that's happening right now. We understand that SWAT team is engaging.
Let me bring back in Jim Miklashevsky, who's at the Pentagon. So, Jim, that's the local news station there saying that they're hearing reports of a third shooter. What do you have for us?
Well, now that there are 3 shooters involved, this obviously has gone well beyond any single or maybe even 2 soldiers with post-traumatic stress. And as one government official told NBC a short time ago, you know, this might be a case like Fort Dix that actually worked. Fort Dix is where a number of alleged terrorists were arrested and convicted for planning to carry out an attack on soldiers at Fort Dix up in New Jersey. And there was, as I said, one government official, you know, sort of warned early on that from the sound of it, we may be dealing with something that goes beyond disgruntled soldiers and could include terrorism. That's all speculation at this point, we have to stress. But if you've got 3 shooters involved, this is far more involved than a simple case of post-traumatic stress.
And as we wait to... Sorry, go ahead, David.
I was going to say, Jim, just to that point, to take us through, I mean, general security at the U.S. military bases, given that this has been a concern, just in general, what has been done to try to either beef up security or to try to make sure that at bases like Fort Hood, the right people are supposed to be there and people cannot slip in some fashion?
Well, in almost every military base you go on today, there is what is called a 100% identity check. Every car that goes through the gate has to go through an ID check. And as a civilian reporter, I'm always told to pull off to the side, and my car is often searched for any kind of weapons or explosives, even though I have an appointment at the base. And once that search is conducted, then I am permitted to proceed. But, you know, it's not outside the realm of possibility that somebody involved in this may, in fact, be military or have some kind of clearance to get on the base, a civilian employee in some cases. But again, David, that's all speculation.